Huh. That's something. Now with the end of our life, 2 to 3 years we had to live. We lived 6 more months. Yeah, not bad. I bought this house when I was 19 years old. Actually, it was a piece of property. I paid 5,000. I paid 5,000, 2,500 for the cinder blocks, 2,500 to assemble it, and for the state of Florida took it away from me. I was working in the north, in Desert Storm, you know. I was called absentee owner. You know. We paid in the north, the houses were 14,900 dollars. You see what I'm saying? Here was 10,000. Yeah, same thing. 15,000 to do the inside. It was just it was at that point just a cinder block building. There's a special carnival. You know, we were being raised. We were orphans from Florida. We were raised as carnival workers. You know, we were being raised circus clowns. But you know, Disney got the whole thing. So I'm setting up a new set of sciences for the next 100 years. Now, I hate. I can't believe it. I mean, especially we couldn't get. We worked. We made 352,000 divided by 18 years. We got thrown out 2 years early. We got thrown out of the USA when we were 15 years old for having sex. You know, the Roman Catholic laws for a public support check. And we were USA citizens, so 2,450 a month plus 800 taxes, plus $165 sales taxes, plus $139 Medicare. I took 19 years to get. I paid 152,000 in tax. You know, and orphans are not allowed to own anything. So now my father died, he had $40 million in debt. You know, I'm not allowed to own debt. You know, I'm not allowed to own. He said, yeah, that's right. That's right. We'll be, you know, that's the end of the show. That's it. That's the thing that's so smart, sweet, right? About the military, the UHV, broadcast. Do you know how to do that? You spend 15 years, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week for 15 years to learn how to do it all. Set up your home theater system, right? The home theater system. I didn't understand when I was 7 years old. You know, circus clown. And you know, and the military came out with the check printing system. You know what I'm saying? And they gave all the spec outs of all the cities and counties and states. You build a computer company and print yourself a check. You know? They didn't do that. You know, some areas took it like Atlantis. You know, if you want to check, go to work. They try to build capitalism. You know, you can get yourself a couple of dollars cash each. You know what I'm saying? Good rip off. I'll tell you how to cigarette. words, they closed the program, sent the psychiatrists out. They put all kinds of delirious drugs in our brains, and all the experts. We can't work no more. We're second nature. Oh, you know what it was? For me, all these years later, 30 years later, after living in the streets for 19 years, and if it wasn't my father put me in his house, I made one rent payment there. That's why, with nothing. Now with drugs in your mind, all my facial muscles, they took away the image I had of myself. Then I never wanted to work ever again. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to work ever again. Even to this day, I'd rather steal something. You know what I'm saying? Sit home, smoke a cigarette. You know what I mean? In order to work is a difficult thing. If they're all standing around the table, and here's a 16-year-old boy, you know what I mean? And I'll do it right down the punch out, right down to the end, which is what they were going to start with. But he would not know that. So what did it say? So they wanted to. And here's the problem. There was a cutting edge technology, degrees manufacturing, funded by Ronald Reagan, President Ronald Reagan. And they were training us since 5 years old in our house. I sit in front of, TV, WEDU, and actually in that county, CBS. There was no TV, no nothing, no visual, no nothing. Although other cities were funded 200 years ago, 300 years ago, and they're completely done, computers and all. You would not know that living in the woods with two houses in the woods. And so they were training us, as we were 5 years old, we were trained by NASA in Medford. The French had taken a French Antilles to Long Island to build F-14s, A-6s, and E-2s. And the military did not know they did that. And they were teaching all of us something. Well, I was from here. I had gone up there to, the orphan program with my sister. But we got dead about 7 years old, and we had put in, bring the kids back in a vitro and fertilization, blood transfusion, to bring a baby and put the baby back in the womb. And so we lived another life, and then we got bit by mauled by a coyote in our personal area. And also, it can't be in the Air Force that, we don't get laid when we want to. Even if it took 1,000 men to lay it, then that's what, even if it kill all our people. Hey, go, Pat. Hey, Pat. You were a little kid at one time. Look at you now, huh? Yeah, look at your chops. You got a red tongue, you know? Got a red tongue, you know? Gotta get a brown one, find the missus. Bang, home to the moon. Consider it done. The champion of the Northeast is done. Hey, you been coming down the champion for yourself, miss? I hate the danger. That's a good one. The leftovers. What could you do with the leftovers? Put in the refrigerator. I mean, we had rain. I mean, storms here. We're in a Bermuda Triangle, so I got everything set up. I got one of everything. I got the 18th to Time Warner to Spectrum to Bright House. Right, we get Ubers when you got the money. I don't have that. I mean, that's $897 a month. I had it at the other house, Dad's house. So, but he had died, and they kept him alive on life support. They took all my money, the two pieces. He had them when he was in the Air Force, a janitor mechanic, had the pieces. The Air Force said, you know what, you have to buy your father's dead. 14 grand for two $35 tables. In 7 months without a check. I walked the street, starving to death. Not even a soda at the store. What happened is his dad's brother put in a lawful, illegitimate lawsuit to obtain $1 million from Butch Castro, Raymond Castro, James Cara, and who else? On the rest of the relatives, you know what I'm saying? And he got one of $1 million lawsuit after he did wrong. And ruined all the machines in the machine shop. And that meant what? That meant that I go in the street and then they steal all my money, all the tax money. My aunt had already stole $15,000 in taxes that they choose to bookkeep. So that's not, I get a lot less of them. Another scumbag, you know what I mean? their son became a psychiatrist, and voila, abracadabra, you're schizophrenic. And I just acted. I paid $152,000 employee tax. I told you last time, right? But somehow that's the tax for a motor oil company money. So I said, the movie, that kind of, basically, we went north to go to work. We had to sign into the United States of America. 20 years work, minimum wage $7 an hour, $4 to start, because you don't know nothing. $7 in the charade, he's gonna steal from us, we're gonna steal from him. But it was always all AT&T, and nobody had it, but then we'll stole all our property. And they sold a $6.2 million fishing station for my father and gave it back to him. He would go to work, make a machine shop, because it was supposed to be the 25 condominiums on 8 acres of land on the waterfront, instead of a fishing station. Did you sign into the, to get the dollar bills? This one is charbroiled beef patty and brown gravy. You got the pineapple, potato, mashed potatoes, and beef patty. You get it for $1. Frank, this guy, Frank, I know, the guy asked me for a ride home. That's it, I know it was in my check for 20 bucks. Somebody's in my check for $3, $4 a day, and we're up to $4 a day. I don't know who, they wouldn't do it so you know who it is, you know what I mean? System check, system check, system check. Check some error. So I was into defaults, and if I, so far, in the least expensive system, one complete public support check of $600 could buy a complete system, or less than 600. You'll have to live with your aunt or uncle for a month and buy yourself. You're allowed to do that with public support money. No, you're not allowed to. That's for food, water, clothing, and shelter, so you don't starve to death and stink and smell. as the story goes, 6,000 years ago, I shot a sparrow. Well, by the way, we're an eternal damnation. So how are you guys doing in heaven? You get thrown out? Huh? Your family didn't throw you out? Well, good for you. We're in the center, we're in the bowels of the earth. You are close to that, but everything. We'll be out there in 100 years. We're just checking this eight movers. He wants to have something for everybody. It's going to cost you one complete check. I told Dollar General, right? Minuteman bought the TV. Everything else I bought with my check. You might have to go with not much money for a month. Not much food. I mean, but it's all $1.25, $1.35 with inflation. I mean, but we have to sit it out for 1 month. Your families have a home theater system. See, the families, there's no profit. The family is not going to give you any. You might, cut you some money, but it's all his. It's all got to go back to him. Your children get nothing. No one has. What are you talking about? Or unless there's a kid who wants to invest in. Right? The family's got allotted $100 million, for example. And who are you? Who are you? At 27 years old, I decided to work with Jehovah Host and with Christ Host, a computer system for the retirement communities. That, people are sick. A kid can be sick with cancer, going to die. It's not a problem to die at my age. I don't mind. I don't even put up a fight in the pain of it after working all my life. But for a 5-year-old to want to die and they want to live, but what happens if they got cancer or then some of the diseases there's no cure for? Then we have computer systems that talk to you. A lot of families buy it for their children, that they can sit on the couch and talk to God. They won't know. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? The master operating system he has, Moses. Right? We had a Christ 20,000 years ago in the Americas, the evolving East. One popped up in Israel who was born again. In America, it's called schizophrenia in America, meaning psychiatrists stole all your money and threw you in the street. You worked for no reason at all, nothing for yourself, for everybody else that has a college diploma. To see what your problems are. Like the military said to me, Nick, if you hear it and it pisses you off, get out of the seat, kick the shit out of it, and get dead. They're trying to steal something. They're supposed to get minimum wage. It's psychiatry. I get $2,000 for, no, I know. They're supposed to get $65. They took $2,450, charged Medicare $2,450, and charged my father $2,450. Fact you. You know, some people's thoughts are sound. Some people's thoughts are sound. Yours might be silent in your heart. That's if you had all, based on your work. No. They hear themselves talking inside their mind. You know, it's 85,000, it's 125. No way. You're not getting sold. You gotta be kidding me. At this age, in this business, you're saying something like that, you know nothing. I first started out, you didn't stay. You didn't sit in your father's lap at 5 years old. You didn't go to high school and take mechanical drawing classes for the government corporation in your area. So, if the country does, you know, if the country decided on a war in 1991, then who are you? You didn't sit in daddy's lap. Go home. Take a $600 check and fuck off. In other words, the man wants to be taught and has no bases from 5 years old. He has no bases for understanding. He's too stupid. He's not supposed to be involved in the program. You could have broke the laws and the cops could have thrown him in the joint since he lived nearby the enlisted men. You done? at the end of funding listen, in order for a war, for some odd reason, the military picked the National Guard in the search and rescue of Long Island, New York, or Atlantis, with their engineering to manufacture degrees, panel, and landing gear assembly to make it a fighter jet. Nobody would do it. They wanted the government to give them money to buy all new machinery. That's question of tax. I mean, you buy the machinery, you make a payment. And the reason for it was only 14, 6, and 2, or 15, 7, and 3, one complete spare, all spare parts, completely assembled. What they were mad about the Long Islanders were, they don't pay for it. Not unless you make them pay for it. You just came over with a bunch of Air Force pilots and flew them off the Calverton Navy and took them home. What are you going to do about it? You got ripped off. It says right here, check me out of this. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. You owe me $110 million. Did you pay your taxes? That's for mine. Whether the city and the county and the state, nothing got to the federal government. Hand them out. something that's, you know, I mean, the natural, when the military runs a natural stroke and go into your community, the kid's 5 years old, you know, orphan or otherwise, you know, and no mistake can be made, or otherwise, there's the door. One mistake, get out. Next guy, mistake, get out. You're fired. All right, that's good. The next one, right? Yes, is right. Next one, until there's such a time as is not right, no more. Out. They don't give a fuck if it's 20 years later. Get out. That got shit. That got shit. All men included, all 75 men, 35 men, 25 men. That got shit and doesn't fit that shit. Get out. You're fired. Get in the streets. You don't know what you're doing. You're too stupid. The dilemma there was metric or see, this is 1 inch or this is 1 inch. There's a weight and measures and scale in the United States government. And if the military came here, they'd change all that with brutality if necessary. This is 1 inch. This is not 1 inch. This is metric. Mike Restoro, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Portion of the military they want to live, and then military training says they do. In the military, one flight and dead. There's a big man, nobody can stop him. Put 100 men on it. You go, you get dead. You go, you get dead. Wear the guy out. He won 100 fights. Put 1,000 men on it until you wear the guy out and kill him. They're all dead, all the military men. But the job is done. Well, now, we bring search and rescue, we bring them back home. That's search and rescue. That's not part of the U.S. military. You might find services where there's something happened, like a commercial plane crash with 400 people on it. So the rapture, to reestablish America back to what it used to be, the UFO program, right? The UFO program. So it does this, the rapture 22 and 35 does this here. They were just showing Northrop Grumman. It goes like this here. That's the next step. So something for the children, something to work on in the future of Florida. Not like we will be alive to see it, though. But we do have resurrection of the dead, resurrection from coma, that the military says so. Why should I keep you? I mean, you're a public support family. Get dead. Go. Is that what Christ said? Get dead as soon as possible. Go to this heaven of yours. Let's see what the sound audible. Let's see what the audible is. I mean, it should run for 8 hours here.